my channel, I wanted to kind of do a monthly favorites. I figured I'd try to put out some content just so that you aren't bored. I know a lot of my friends are like not sure what to do with themselves because they're not used to being unable to go and just hang out with friends willy-nilly, and so here is a video for you. I kind of want to start with actually talking about, there's a lot of different moisturizers and things that I've gotten this month a lot of use out of, and I kind of wanted to share them. If you have really dry skin like me, I'm very prone to getting eczema and naturally just have really dry skin, so moisturizers are my best friend. So I wanted to share some of my favorites that I've really liked, I really recommend. And starting with Cetaphil, this is drugstore. This is Cetaphil's Pro Restoraderm, and I find it really hydrating. It's similar to CeraVe, at least this formulation. I find it a lot like CeraVe. It has colloidal oatmeal in it, so it is soothing too if you have irritated or inflamed skin. But yeah, I really like it. It's a great like body moisturizer. It's actually it's lasted me quite a while. Recommend this. The other two are these, and these are specifically what I use on my face. This, if you want like a really thick moisturizer, the Weleda Skin Food is great, but it's very thick. I think unless you have extremely dry skin or you want to look oily, like glowy, then you can use this. You can apply a little amount, and you really don't need very much because it is almost like putting Vaseline on your face. That's how thick this is. Whereas this is the Cosrx Ultimate Moisturizing Honey mask, and it's way more thin. It kind of has a similar consistency to some kind of moisturizer that has a lot of glycerin in it, and you can leave this, you can put this on overnight. That's what it's designed for, to put on at night, and then you don't really wash it off. You can sleep in it, and this I find kind of suits any skin type. It's not, and if you have really oily skin, you can get away with using this. It's not gonna overwhelm you. I think this is kind of great. The problem is I go through this, I'm already almost done with this and I've only used it, you know, a handful of times. So just be aware of that. Whereas this, because it's so thick and dense, will last you a really long time, and it's really affordable. Along with the moisturizer, this is a little more tied to makeup, but I want to mention it anyway because this is what I've been using on my lips on a daily basis, and that is a lip liner. This is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Favorite lip liner of all time. It's this color. I have it on today, and I don't know, the formulation of this, probably the only one that I've actually repurchased on a consistent basis. I've bought 3 of these, and it is pricey, but if you have lips like mine that are hard to line and not very big, this is really great. And I generally, because I like the color so much, I don't bother putting a lipstick on top of it. I will just get a Vaseline like this and put it on top, and there you go. That's what I have on today. The only other thing is, this is almost empty. This is a Mika dry shampoo. It's called Perk Up. I love the smell of this. It just smells really great every time I put this in my hair, and again, being blonde, I'm trying to avoid washing it. This is what it's like just naturally. I've been avoiding heat, so this is kind of the waviness that it gets when I don't style it. I've been trying to go as long as I can without washing it, and dry shampoo in general has been a lifesaver, but this is probably one of my favorites I've ever used, just because I like the smell a lot and it really does work. And it is in a big container. It does last me a while. If you're trying to find a dry shampoo, I'm extremely particular on dry shampoos. I really hate most of them. I don't like Batiste. Almost every drugstore one I really don't like. This one I think you can get at Ulta, but I really like it. It smells so good and it really works. It does have a white cast, so if you're blonde, it's no big deal, but if you do have dark hair, I'm just warning you of that. Now we get into, I want to talk about things I've been using a lot These are not beauty related or skincare related, just water bottles in general. This is my Hydro Flask that I've had for over a year. This is 32 ounce. I love this. I bought the top for it that has a straw, and I fill this with ice. It's like a trick or whatever. I fill this a quarter or so with ice and then put water in it, and it makes it even colder, and it does stay cold for a long time. But even when the ice eventually melts at the end of the day, I don't have to refill it because I have that ice in it. If you're someone that really likes cold water like I do, straw top is great. I feel like it encourages me to drink more water, so I do recommend the Hydro Flask. It is a very popular brand. My friends that climb recommended it to me, and I've dented it a few times because I've dropped it. It has lasted. It's really great. And the other one that I do like is, this is Contigo. I think you can kind of get this anywhere. And this is see-through. You can see how much is in it. It has the same kind of application, but I do like that I can push a button and it opens up. It's not as durable as the Hydro Flask, but it's another good option. I'll fill both of these up so I don't have to go back and get water, but this is only a 24 ounce, so yeah, recommend both of those depending on like what you're looking for. I only have one fashion favorite, and that is something I got last summer, but for some reason, now that it's like spring and getting warmer, I've been wearing it more. These are Doc Martens. I cannot remember what they're called, but I got them for an outfit for a music festival, and they are Velcro. They are white. Probably a terrible idea. The bottoms are extremely dirty, and I've had to scrub clean these a few times, but they are so comfortable. They're really comfortable and they're really unique. When I wear them, I get a lot of compliments on them, surprisingly. I either get dissed because they're Velcro, or I get compliments because they're Velcro. So it's kind of one way or the other, but I do really like them, and they're really fun. I feel like, yes, they're white, but they kind of go with everything. If you are in the market for some like flat white sneakers, these are kind of cool. And then, so a favorite of mine has been my EMS runs that unfortunately stopped in March, but the last one I did do was in March, and I've gotten really comfortable with manually taking blood pressure. This is a blood pressure cuff. This is a stethoscope. When I went home, I took every person in my family's blood pressure, and I've gotten really good at it, so that's like been a favorite. It's kind of weird taking people's blood pressure, but it'll help me for taking the psychomotor exam come this summer for my EMT course. Thank you, Captain, for letting me borrow this. I'm really, really happy to have a stethoscope and be able to practice, and I've really gotten comfortable with it, having this just around and being able to kind of ask any of my friends if I can just practice on them. Practice makes perfect. At least for me personally, learning that kind of stuff is I think really handy. You never know when you're gonna need that. I want to touch on quite a bit of music that I've been really liking. Big Gigantic's album called Free Your Mind came out, and I like every single song on that album, which is usually not the case. I usually don't like everything on an album, but that album is really, really great. I'm going to link it if you want to stream it on either Spotify or SoundCloud. I think they posted on both. Also, Louis the Child has a few more singles that are out, which are awesome. They're so good. And I've really been listening to Lennon Stella. She's been on the radio a lot, so you probably have heard some of her singles. Her music in general, her voice is amazing. I really, really like her voice. So those are like music-wise my kind of favorite things that I've been listening to, and I will link them all below. I do have a March favorites playlist that I will post in the description if you want to see all the songs that I've kind of put on there. And then I really got into video games in March. Like, with the self-quarantining and the social distancing and the virus and classes being canceled and, you know, everyone just being encouraged not to go out, I think it's been beneficial to get back into video games and stream and encourage people to stay in and not be out, and especially not be out in like big groups. So I've been streaming CSGO, and then more so recently just a ton of League of Legends. I definitely got back into League, and it's been fun, but also there's a lot of, I have a love-hate relationship with that game. It's a give and take, but I really have enjoyed it. But Twitch in general, I also want to shout out my favorite streamer, my friend Nat. She is such a wholesome, loving, amazing girl. I want to encourage you, if you are interested in watch streamers on Twitch, to check out her channel, because she's just a one in a million kind of person. I think her stream has such love. Like her content is enjoyable to watch. Like I love watching her play video games and also, you know, draw and do different things like that. She's a great streamer, so that's been another favorite. With that, I really do hope you watched most of this. If you got to this part of the video, comment below telling me your favorite thing of March. I would love to know. And I really hope that you are doing well. I hope that this whole pandemic goes down. I know it will. It's just sort of a time progression thing. Everyone needs to be alert, not anxious, and just safe about things. So yeah, those are my favorites, quite a bit. I hope you got something out of this, and yeah, subscribe if you want to see more from me. Follow me on Twitch, and if you like watching video games, and I will see you in my next video.